To me, Lady V is an image of excellence. She's like an icon to me. She's someone special, someone who I love, admire. I look at her as a model of what God is asking us to aspire to, because she not only is an icon or a model, but she is a teacher, and she builds others around her.
She's an inspiration in the sense of she's a teacher, she's a first lady, she's a songstress like I am. And so just kind of seeing someone doing it and doing it well and being a great mother and being a great wife and teaching and leading a ministry, it's like, oh, okay. It's kind of encouragement to keep going, like you're doing the right thing. It's hard being a woman of God, especially a younger woman of God, and to see that other people are doing it and being the example of what you want to be makes it a lot easier. And she's just a beautiful spirit to be around in general.
Vanessa means a vivacious woman, a victorious woman, a woman of vigor, a woman of valor. And that's all that Lady Gaskins truly is.
She means a lot. You know, she's a sweetheart. I know she's my first lady, her as my daughter. You know. I don't know what else I can say. I just love her.
Well, this started out as just prayer texts, just send them to a group of women and men in the church to encourage them to pray. And I love everything about prayer. So this was trying to take my passion and my joy and to encourage other people to grab a hold of that as well and to realize the power that is behind prayer. And I also like to write. You know, I'm an English teacher. I've been writing for years and just not publishing. And when it came out of the mouth of more than one person, you should write a book, I thought, you know what, that is a great idea. So many of the people received so much encouragement from the text. Here I am thinking, I'm just encouraging you to, you know, get down on your knees, connect with God and pray with Him. And I got so much feedback as, you know, this was for me, this was for today, this was something that I've been thinking of. And I thought, why not, you know, widen that net, spread that encouragement out to others, even outside of our church. There were several people in the church that were forwarding the text to other people, even outside of the state. And those people were encouraged as well. And so I felt if it was encouraging to just a small circle of people, what would it do on a wider platform? Therefore, I want to write the book. Not that I'm going to, you know, look to make millions, but I'm looking to spread the gospel, spread the encouragement for people to pray and to connect with God. Now is probably past due. I should have done this a while ago. And I think that just procrastination, life, a lot of different things, you know, got in the way. And I believe that when we don't follow what God has told us to do immediately, He sends little nudges. And some of the nudges that I saw were people in my circle, people all around, they were putting books out. And what kept coming back to my mind was, you need to do that too. You're just as good. You're just as capable and able. Your book should have been out. And so when the pandemic hit, one of the lessons that I learned is, you know, time waits for no one. This was a period of rest, so to speak. You know, the world shut down. And if I were to come out of this pandemic the same way that I went in, shame on me. So I needed to do something that was going to grow me, something that was going to push me to be all that I was purposed to be. And I know that this book was one of those things. And so I just had to, I talk a lot about jumping out into the deep. I just had to jump out into the deep and get it done, because once this is done, God has so many other things for me to accomplish. So I needed to get a move on. Yeah, so coming up with the title was A Journey and a Half. I had my heart set on, some titles, and then other titles would pop into my mind. And then when I finally settled on, all right, this is it, this seems to resonate. Little birdie told me that someone already trademarked that word. And I wanted to run with that word. And so I struggled with myself. When I was writing the text, I came up with the word prepared, which is a spinoff of being prepared. And I said, before we do anything, we should pray. And so that's being prepared for life, prepared for the day, prepared for the battle. And it seemed to work well. However, once I realized, all right, that's taken, I don't want to, jump on that. I want something fresh and new. I began to think about the content of the journal, of the devotional. And the more I read, it was like setting your prayer life on fire. Not just having a lackluster, dear God, thank you for this day, but being fervent. The Bible speaks about the fervent, effectual prayer of a righteous man. And that's not something that's quiet. You could be quiet and still be fervent in your prayer. And I feel that the devotional is pushing people to be on fire for God, to set your prayer life on fire. And so I thought about fire on the altar, and I didn't want it to sound too gruesome. And then I just thought morning fire, getting up in the morning, meeting God in the quiet of the day, but you're on fire and you're set to blaze the entire day. And so I settled on that. I kind of tested it out with my boys, and both of them said, oh yeah, I like that. And then I thought of a subtitle, Igniting Your Prayer Life, just taking it to the next level. And it is my hope, this is just volume 1, this is my hope with the next volume, and maybe the 3rd or 4th volume, that you will be ablaze and on fire, speaking to God. And when something's on fire, people stop and they watch it burn. And so we want your prayer life to impact and affect those that are around you, and they can watch you burn.